Webmasterradio.fm presents the SES Showcase, featuring the latest news, products, and ideas from the search engine strategy show floor. Now, discover search on a new level. Webmasterradio.fm presents the SES Showcase.
Now, here's your host.
I'm here with Michael Boland from the Kelsey Group. How are you enjoying the show, Michael?
Good. I'm liking it so far. You know, I'm actually here for the first time today. I missed the kind of meat of the show over the last 2 days, but I'm here now and glad to be here.
Now, the Kelsey Group, what is it that you do?
Good question. So the Kelsey Group is a market research and consulting firm that's focused mostly on local search, online media, and the concept of really finding things locally. And, you know, the company started back in the 80s covering the Yellow Pages industry as the traditional owners of local search, of local listings, of finding things locally. And now that a lot of that is really moving online, there's really just kind of a lot of fragmentation out there in terms of the amount of fragmentation among the users, because there's so many users out there using Google, Yahoo, different vertical search engines, the internet Yellow Pages, and then also, different advertisers. So these small business advertisers that are kind of all over the place, and it's this massive opportunity to lead advertising or target advertising where and when users are searching for things locally, and that's everything from a plumber to a flat screen television to a crescent wrench to a bicycle or whatever the case may be.
So what services is it that you're providing? Are you a vertical for them to search on? Are you managing the different campaigns?
That's a good question. So basically our constituents are the media companies. So like the Googles, the Yahoos of the world, the YellowPages.coms. They're looking for kind of intelligence on how user behavior is changing. They're looking for what their competitors are doing. So we don't necessarily consult advertisers themselves, because that's a very large and, again, fragmented base of small businesses, because that's where a lot of the local dollars are. It's the small businesses that are advertising. So instead of kind of trying to address that massive universe of small businesses with this kind of consulting service on how they should be marketing themselves online, we're talking mostly to the media channels through which they're going through. And the service model, to answer your question, that the Kelsey Group provides is basically to, come up with a lot of research. We do a lot of survey data around what consumers are doing and how their behavior is changing online, and then they'll use that to basically, formulate business decisions on different kind of product models they're putting together. And then also, in addition to consumer behavior, advertiser behavior. So small business advertisers, how are their budgets changing? Traditionally, it may have been newspapers or Yellow Pages, and more they're starting to do things such as search engine marketing and search engine optimization. And with that small business advertiser base, usually you're talking about small businesses that don't have a lot of time to really launch these campaigns and manage them. So there's a big opportunity for a lot of the companies that we advise, which basically target small businesses specifically for search engine marketing, search engine optimization, and all of these kind of tactics and these things that are talked about a lot at these shows. In the small business world, it's a slightly different animal, the types of tactics you employ to do that. So we kind of focus on all those kinds of things.
Now, you're also a speaker here at the show. What panel are you going to be speaking on?
Sure. So I'm actually moderating 2 sessions. It's the Kelsey Group is running 2 sessions. One is kind of on some of the topics we've been talking about in the last few minutes, which is the name of the panel is the evolution of local search. So we're seeing a lot of different consumer behavior out there. We're seeing a lot of different kind of products being built based on the way that people actually search and actually find things locally. And one example of that is, one of the underlying issues in local is that, more and more people are using search as a means through which to kind of research stuff and, find out about the flat screen television you're going to buy, or the digital camera, or even the contractor you're going to hire to fix your house. But, the majority of U.S. purchase behavior and U.S. retail behavior is still happening offline. So there's this kind of disconnect between your original search and how some point down the road where you actually end up hiring someone. It's just this cloud that's traditionally exists between them. So we're seeing a lot of interesting technologies that are meant to, taking that reality to heart, meant to really lead and track that offline purchase behavior. And one example is one of the companies on the panel tomorrow on our panel, the evolution of local search, is a company called Crillian. And what they're doing is going to big box retailers and taking their point of sale inventory systems and providing on their website real-time information on, which flat screen televisions, which home appliances are actually on the shelf, and you can reserve it online and pick it up in the store. And it's particularly resonant in some product categories where you want to see the thing before you buy it, so like a flat screen television. And also, if it's a bulky item that you don't want to have shipped, then it's something that is interesting. So we've seen companies, larger search engines like Google, experiment with these kind of real-time inventory feeds, and a lot of things are really moving in that direction. Again, to take that reality to heart, that the purchase behavior is all happening offline, and you get in your car, you pick up the phone, and at that point the actual process on your computer and in the search engine kind of drops off, and all of a sudden you disappear for a while, then you reemerge at the store. And how do you track that? And the tracking is important because in order to really get a better feel for how your online marketing is working out, better return on investment, to really know the actual purchases that it's driving, not just the actual clicks that it's driving, because that only tells you so much.
Now, what is, in your opinion, then, the future of local, and is the increase of adoption of mobile into search into the United States? It's been huge in the UK, increasing in the United States. Is that going to affect local search?
Yeah, that's a good question. And there are a few things that I see on the horizon that I get excited about talking about. And one is mobile. Mobile search has something that traditionally has been really an early adopter thing, because you have certain kind of power users out there that are inclined to use mobile search because traditionally it's been on just a flip phone or something, and the interface is not that great. So for that to really reach a mainstream level, you need something like the iPhone that's come along, really, with just this mainstream friendly device with a touch screen, and the prices come down to somewhat of a mainstream level. I mean, if you look at the iPhone now, it's $200, which is, that's the same price the Motorola Razr was, 2 years ago. So now we're just seeing this kind of Moore's Law effect take hold, where the technology is getting better, the price is coming down, and as that happens, the ability to and the level of comfort around searching for something locally on your phone is really going to follow and really reach the mainstream. And the iPhone penetration right now is still less than 1% of the overall U.S. cell phone market, but you're seeing a lot of influence it's having on product design all over